Hey, Mama. I'm so glad you're here. So let's get comfy. Grab your favorite mug with tea, juice, whatever. Maybe hide in your car for some precious time alone because today we're peeling back the layers on something that's been weighing heavily on so many of us. We're diving into the hidden creative struggles no one really talks about when you become a mom. And let me tell you, you're not so broken for feeling what you feel. So let's unpack this together. Hey, Mama. Welcome to the Creative Mama's Journey, the podcast for mamas who are ready to stop ignoring their creativity and start using it to fuel their joy, purpose, and even income if that's your choice. Now, I'm your host, Christine, your creative specialist, fellow mama, and your no fluff guide to rediscovering what lights you up. Now, we will be talking about real life, real struggles, and real strategies to help you silence the doubt, make space for yourself, and turn your creative ideas into reality without the mom guilt. So let's do this. Come on. You think it's a time problem, but it's not. Have you ever sat down, you sit down in those rare moments, like a golden 10 minutes of free time and think, okay, I should totally be doing something creative right now, only to find yourself scrolling on your phone, folding laundry, or mindlessly zoning out? Yeah, me too. Well, let's get something straight. You don't have a time problem. You have a mental load problem. You have a mom guilt problem. You're carrying 1,000 invisible to-do lists, and it's no wonder your creativity feels locked away. I remember once when my son was finally down for a nap, I sat at the dining room table with my assortment of beads and jewelry findings, but nothing came out. Instead, I just stared, and my mind was racing with everything that I had to do. Grocery list, doctor's appointments, that text I forgot to send. I wasn't relaxed. I wasn't present. I was exhausted. Well, here's the truth. No creative spirit can thrive when she's barely breathing. Creativity needs space, mental room, permission. And you know what, Mama? Society lies are loud, but we are louder. We've been told for generations that our needs come last. If you're not being productive for your family, you're selfish. If you're taking time for yourself, you're neglecting your kids. Listen to me, loud and clear. That's outdated, dangerous nonsense. We're not machines. We're women with creative, soulful human needs. Ignoring those needs is how we end up snapping over crumbs on the couch or a full-on meltdown because someone used our good scissors. Yeah, I said that. I've been there. I've done that. Your creative needs aren't luxuries. They're survival tools. They help you process life, make sense of chaos, stay connected to yourself, relieve stress. Basically, they're needed. Well, Mama, that creative urge isn't going anywhere. When you feel irritable, restless, or low-key resentful, it's not ungratefulness. It's not selfishness. It's your creativity knocking. That little voice inside you saying, I'm still here. I'm ready to come back to the party. She doesn't need a perfect workspace or endless time. She just needs permission. So I want you to think back. Before life got loud, before you had to be on 24/7, what did you love to do? What made you lose track of time? What made you feel like you? Now, let's bring her back one baby step at a time. And Mama, here's a comfort. You're not the only one. You're not alone. One of the most powerful things I've learned as a coach, a mom, a creative, is this. When we hear someone else say, me too, it lifts that shame of needing to be creative. And this is what this space is for. It's for the messy middles, the moments when we feel lost, the quiet courage to say, I'm still here. I'm trying. We don't wait for clarity or confidence. We create, messy step by messy step. Now, I'll share a story. There was a time when I was deep in survival mode between school runs, meal preps, and working. My creativity was really gasping for air, wanting to come out. But one day, I collected all my assorted beads and I just sat down at the dining room table and just started. This time, it wasn't for my family. It wasn't to be productive. It was just for me. And it wasn't fancy. It just felt like a fresh breath of air. And it was awesome. And that was the start. So I want you to reflect with me. Grab a notebook or open your phone to create a voice note. And let's take a minute together. Close your eyes if you can. Well, just not while you're driving, please. And ask yourself, before life got this loud, what was that thing you loved to do? What was that thing you loved to do? What made you feel creative, alive, like your truest self? When was the last time you let yourself play? Now I want you to write these down, whisper it out loud, voice note it on your phone, and let her speak. You might be surprised what comes up. It could be something small, like doodling in the margin of a notebook, or something bigger, like, hey, writing the next best-selling novel, book, crafting, dancing, singing, no judgment, no rules, just honesty. I want you to do that. Take a minute and just do that, okay? Now, I also want to hear all those Me Too moments. So go ahead and you can screenshot this episode. You can tag me at Chrissy Cris Creations and tell me what resonated with you. Let's normalize this conversation for you and for all the other mamas that are craving their creativity back. Let's support each other, hype each other up, and remind ourselves that we don't have to figure it all out. Now, here's a bonus. If you want to do something fun, you can take the free creative archetype quiz. That's on my website. And this is a fun way for you to learn your creative personality and start reclaiming that spark. Now, as a bonus, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with some small action steps for you to take today. These 3 simple action steps will help you start reconnecting with your creativity. Number 1, micro moments. Look for tiny windows of time, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and use them for something that lights you up. It could be a quick drawing or a few lines in a journal, a quick poem, humming a tune, just anything, just anything out of the norm. Just add that one spark of creativity back. Number 2, permission slip. I want you to literally write a permission slip for yourself. It could say something like, I give myself permission to be creative today, even if it's messy. And I want you to put this in somewhere that you will see often, like on your mirror or your fridge, somewhere that you would pass, you normally pass, and you read it continually, okay? Number 3, community. I want you to reach out to another mom and say, hey, I'm feeling creatively stuck. Want to try a fun challenge together this week? So I want you to have someone you have accountability with and connect with, because that works wonders. You can even join our community for creative moms. Okay, Mama, that's it for today's Real Talk moment. Here's what I want you to remember. You don't need to earn your creativity. You don't need to be ready. You just need to start. And I'll be right here cheering you on with every messy, beautiful, and perfect step. Now, don't forget to follow the show so you never miss an episode. And if this episode today touched your heart, I want you to share it with one other person that you know needs it. Let's reach more moms who need to hear about their creativity and simple steps on how to start it. Okay? Until next time, keep creating, keep showing up, and keep being that creative mom. Bye for now. Mama, thanks for joining me on another episode of the Creative Mama's Journey. Now, I pray today's episode reminded you that your creativity is not a luxury. It's part of your calling. Now, if this blessed you, pass it on to another mama who needs a reminder that she is more than her to-do list. Make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and connect with me at Chrissy Cris Creations. And Mama, remember, you were made in the image of a creator. So don't just survive motherhood, create through it. See you next time. Bye for now.